In this video, we look at how you can be a community monitor. Zimbabwe is rich in natural resources. Mineral resources in particular are an important part of our country's plan to achieve middle income status by 2030. However, mining can have both positive impacts, for example, job creation, social and economic development, and negative impacts including health and safety risks and pollution. As community members, we can help to minimize and mitigate these negative impacts from mining projects and maximize the positive impacts to our communities. One way to do so is by participating in environmental impact assessment consultation meetings, which are required by law for any mining project. During these meetings, mining companies are obliged to share information with local communities, the public, and the government, allowing them to ask questions and provide opinions. Participation of local communities, who are often the most affected by unsustainable mining activities, is essential in influencing project design. Communities are advised to prepare in advance for the EIA consultation meetings by obtaining their agenda, identifying decision-making authorities, and reaching out to media outlets. It is also recommended that communities seek support from experts who possess relevant knowledge about the potential impact of proposed mining project and are willing to testify. Community engagement is critical throughout the process, both through attending public meetings and submitting written comments. Communities should collaborate with organizations or groups with similar interests and work together to constantly check local media for official project announcements and opportunities to submit comments or attend public hearings. By actively participating and staying informed, you can have a voice in shaping mining projects to ensure they have minimal negative impacts and maximum positive outcomes. Monitoring changes resulting from project implementation with objectives to address both current and future projects is crucial. Monitoring helps to ensure that all environmental regulatory requirements and EIA commitments are met. It can also be used to compare predicted against actual changes and enables immediate actions to be taken to address unforeseen impacts. It also enables evaluation of the effectiveness of mitigation plans available and assists in identifying key issues for future projects. There can be obstacles to engaging the community. Here are some ideas for overcoming obstacles to participation. Organize buses or cars for community representatives to attend meetings. The more community members, the better. Establish contacts and networks in the nearest town to share updates and utilize social media to distribute EIAs more broadly. Appoint a community translator to facilitate translation into the local language, or request that the EIA consultant explain things in the local language. Establish common goals as a community to amplify objectives and concerns. Avoid politicizing developmental issues. Ensure that communities actively participate in the scoping phase of the project so that the before state of the environment is accurately described. To overcome some of the obstacles to community engagement, communities can organize transportation for community representatives to attend meetings. Establish contacts and networks in nearby towns. Utilize social media for wider distribution of information. Provide translation services. Establish common goals within the community. Avoid politicizing issues. Ensure active community participation in the initial project scoping phase, and encourage community monitors to participate in meetings and connect with relevant agencies and organizations. These community monitors can help make sure their community friends, neighbors, and community leaders have access to and understand information about a proposed project, like monitoring projects, mitigation measures, and compliance and enforcement actions. Communities can access EIA documents by writing a request letter to the Director General of the Environmental Management Agency or EMA, the requester may be required to pay a fee to access records. However, this fee is subject to an exemption prescribed under the law. EIA documents are available at EMA provincial and district offices. The developer should also have copies at the mining site. If the mine violates commitments made in the EIA, communities can challenge those violations in court. Communities can bring a court case to enforce an EIA, but whenever there are legal concerns about EIAs, you should consider engaging organizations that do public interest litigation like ZELA. Public engagement and community monitors are essential to equitable and sustainable natural resource management in Zimbabwe, and ZELA can support you.